Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the foot of mighty mountains, lived a boy named Liam. He was a curious and adventurous child, full of dreams and questions. However, Liam often felt weak and unsure of himself. He was not the best in school, and sometimes he struggled to make friends. While other children could easily climb the steep hills, Liam was afraid of heights. He would watch from below as they played and laughed, wishing he could join them. One crisp autumn morning, while he sat by the river skimming stones, an old woman approached him. Her hair was silver, and her eyes sparkled like the clear sky. She introduced herself as Evelyn. "I see you here every day, boy. Why do you sit alone?" she asked kindly. "I feel small and weak," Liam replied. "The mountains seem so big, and I don't think I can climb them." Evelyn smiled gently. "The mountains are strong, but they also have their stories. If you listen closely, they might teach you a thing or two about strength." Intrigued, Liam asked, "What do you mean?" "Tonight, as the sun sets, go to the highest point where you can see the mountains clearly. Speak to them and listen to what they say," she advised before walking away. That evening, Liam climbed up the hill near his home, his heart pounding with both fear and excitement. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, he stood tall at the top. He took a deep breath and called out, "Oh, great mountains, can you hear me?" At first, there was silence. Then, a soft breeze rustled through the trees, and he heard a whispering sound. "Liam, we hear you," the wind seemed to say. "Can you help me?" Liam asked, feeling a rush of courage. "I want to be strong like you, but I'm scared." "Strength comes from within," the mountains replied. "It is not about how high you can climb outside, but how high you can stand inside your heart." Liam closed his eyes and listened carefully. He began to feel a warmth in his chest. "But how do I find that strength?" he questioned. "Face your fears, Liam. Each time you explore what scares you, you grow stronger." With those words, the wind carried away, leaving Liam with a sense of calm. He could feel something changing inside him. That night, he fell asleep with a new dream, to climb the tallest mountain one day. The next morning, Liam woke up early. He decided to take a small step. He thought about climbing the hill behind the village, the one slightly taller than the one he had just climbed. He felt butterflies in his stomach, but pushed himself to go. As he hiked up the hill, he felt the beauty of nature surround him. The chirping birds and rustling leaves seemed to cheer him on. Once he reached the top, Liam let out a loud cheer. "I did it," he shouted, feeling proud. In that moment, he understood what the mountains had meant. He had faced his fear, and it filled him with joy. With each passing day, Liam continued to challenge himself. He climbed trees, crossed small streams, and even made new friends. There was Max, a boy who loved to race, and Sarah, a girl who painted wonderful pictures of the scenery around them. They all enjoyed playing together, and Liam slowly started to shine among them. One afternoon, as they played near the river, Max suggested, "Let's climb the big mountain. We can do it together." Liam felt a knot in his stomach again. The big mountain was the tallest in the range, and he remembered how afraid he used to be. But then he thought of the mountain's words. He took a deep breath. "Yes, let's do it," he declared confidently. The next day, the three friends set out for their adventure. The journey was not easy. The path was steep, and at times, it felt like they would never reach the top. Liam's legs began to ache, and doubt crept back into his mind. "What if we can't make it?" he said, his voice shaky. "Remember what you said, Liam," Sarah encouraged. "You've already faced so much. You climbed that hill and found your heart strength. We can do this together." With his friends by his side, Liam found a spark of courage again. They took turns encouraging each other, and slowly they made their way upward. They laughed, shared stories, and faced obstacles together. Whenever Liam felt tired, he would look at the mountains and remember the warmth he felt that night. It reminded him that every step he took was a sign of his growing strength. At last, they reached the summit. The view from the top was breathtaking. The valleys below were a patchwork of green and gold, and the sky stretched endlessly above. Liam's heart swelled with pride. "I can't believe we did it," he shouted. "We made it to the top." His friends cheered, and in that moment, Liam realized that he had changed. He no longer felt weak. He had learned that speaking to the mountains wasn't just about asking for strength. It was about believing in himself and having the courage to face his fears. Looking out over the vast land, he felt powerful. "Thank you, mountains, for teaching me," Liam whispered, his heart filled with gratitude. From that day on, Liam became known as the boy who spoke to the mountains. He inspired others to find their own strength and face their fears. The mountains, silent guardians of the village, continued to stand tall, watching over him and reminding him that true strength lies within each of us, waiting to be found. And so, Liam embraced every challenge that came his way, and with the mountains always in his heart, he knew he could conquer anything.